So today I'm thrilled to have the chance to talk with James Maskell. James has spent the past decade innovating at the cross section of functional medicine and community. To that end, he created the Functional Forum, which is the world's largest integrative medicine conference with record-setting participation online and growing physician communities around the world. His organization and best-selling book of the same name, Evolution of Medicine, prepares health professionals for this new era of predictive, preventative medicine. He's also the founder of New Health, and that's KNEW, an affordable alternative to health insurance. He's an in-demand speaker and has been featured on TEDMed, HuffPost Live, and TEDx, as well as lecturing internationally. James, thanks for joining me.
Hey, great to be here with you, Tim. Thanks for having me.
Now, you have a new book coming out, pretty exciting stuff, entitled The Community Cure, that talks about how loneliness is a primary driver of the modern health crisis and how by utilizing community we can improve healthcare. So what is the connection between community and public health?
Loneliness has a massive effect on chronic disease creation, and it can be, immune issues, it can be, all kinds of mental health issues. And so it's just really affecting public health at large. And ultimately, over the last few years, I've had an opportunity to bear witness on a sort of a new movement within natural medicine, which is to treat patients in groups. And I've really just had an opportunity in the last year to sort of document that and put that all into a new book.
And I've actually been reading your book, and it's fantastic, some really exciting stuff. And there's some concepts in there that are kind of new to me. One of those was a group medical visit. Can you explain what a group medical visit is and how that actually helps the problem?
Yeah, so you can imagine, like, if you have alcoholism, you might be in an AA group. And if you're in medicine, you go to a doctor. And ultimately, think about somewhere in the middle of that is a group visit. So imagine 16 patients with diabetes getting into a group over a period of time, learning, the food, the stress, the toxins, all the elements that go into having type 2 diabetes, and working as a group to resolve those issues. And, because lifestyle factors play such a big role in so many chronic issues, it's proving to be a really effective way of dealing with the problem. One, because people get that kind of camaraderie and support of a group. It makes behavior change easier. It's really efficient, but also it's profitable to deliver for health systems. So I think a lot of people are frustrated that integrative medicine or lifestyle focused medicine is not really available in hospitals and systems, and the efforts that have been made to sort of grow it have not really panned out that well because it's not profitable to counsel people about their diet compared to putting in another heart stent, and so what we have here is something that's really like effective, affordable, where natural health is sort of like the operating system for the whole thing, and the goal is self-efficacy. The goal is where people are independent of the health system and are just well. And I think that appeals to such a wide range of people. And so my efforts are really to help to have all kinds of organizations, startups, mainstream, medical systems, hospital systems, insurance companies start to offer these group visits for their patients.
Yeah, I love your metaphor of Alcoholics Anonymous and Al-Anon and groups like that, because I think that's something we all can understand, and we see that works, right? I mean, it's an effective means of dealing with things like alcoholism. Now, if I'm an alcoholic, I know how to get involved with Alcoholics Anonymous. How would I take advantage of these groups? How do I find these groups? Or if they don't exist, what can our viewers do to create these kind of communities, these health-based communities in there where they live?
Well, the good news is that these groups already exist in a lot of cases. So in the book, I talk about there are already groups for like cancer and autoimmune disease that are popping up, and heart disease. And most of these groups are free and are just provided in the local community, and are sort of even sometimes outside of the healthcare system altogether, which is really exciting and easy for people to engage. One of the focuses of this book is to try and get my current audience, which is the health world, to actually start to deliver group visits inside health systems. But the good news is for just the average listener is that there are these groups that exist that are nationwide. And we also make it easy for you to start your own group. We have so many amazing online tools available to us today, Tim, on the internet, things like meetup.com and Eventbrite and other ways for using online tools to create offline connections. And so many groups are just popping up as groups of people locally realize they have the same issues and that they can provide the accountability and support of each other to overcome these issues. And I'm fully bought into it, Tim. Like, I have a men's group that I go to every week for processing my emotions. I go to CrossFit because I see that I'm inspired by other people in a sort of a small group training environment. So we're just seeing, really the growth of the group and ultimately the recreation of community. Like, if you look at the healthiest places in the world, in the blue zones where people don't have chronic disease, this is just the way that we used to live. And ultimately in America, we've come a long way from that. And this is really just about re-establishing the community that used to be there to do these healthy behaviors.
Well, it sounds like a good place to start would be for everybody to pick up a copy of your book. So can you tell us how we would go about doing that?
Yeah, so I'm sure you guys will have links. We're making it free for this whole week. So for the 14th to the 20th of Jan, or 14th to the 18th, you can get it for free on Kindle and digital download off Amazon. We're going to make it as affordable as possible on paperback. And if you guys like listening to Audible, it's available there too. Yeah, ultimately listen to the book, share it with someone you love, and find, my dream is that for every American can find themselves in an empowering group scenario that helps them steer clear of chronic disease, reduce their connection to the medical system, and able to live drug-free and a natural health life.